welcome to the Monday edition of Hashtags. And of course, I'm super excited because November is gradually winding down. Now, we are in the last week of November 2024, and the Christmas bells will soon start ringing. I will soon start hearing Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, and then a new year. 2024 is finally winding down, and I hope that you are not in any way pressure because December is not a deadline to achieve anything in life. I mean, we've got 2025 and other years, and I know that we will get there, no doubt. And I'm your host for today's show, Masinachi Oka for a Mom. Well, hashtag is that show that takes you around the world, around all the trending gossip that has been trending the entire day on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, any kind of trends that has got itself being talked about on social media. We'll talk about it here on the show. And of course, I am your go-to person, and Voice of the People TV is your go-to station. So do well to join us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join us on YouTube. We are at Voice of the People TV. And other social media handles, we're at VOP TV Live. Click that button, and I bet that you would love it. Well, it's Monday, and of course, hashtag Motivation Monday has been trending as always. You know, Mondays are like the days where we kickstart our day, but we get off the bed to go get that bag in a legit way, please. We do legit things. We don't do illegal things to make money over here. So yeah, in case you're still, trying to get, that energy to kickstart your day or to kickstart your week, I am here to give you the energy booster that you need, because we are all about fun and education. We talk politics, we talk finance, we talk business, we talk about everything, football, anything that has a trend the entire day. We talk about it here on hashtag, and of course we'll take a breather, and when we come back we'll go straight into all the hashtags that has been trending the entire day. Stay tuned, do not touch it. Welcome back. Of course, this is still hashtags, and your girl has been here talking. Oh my God. Well, in case you're just joining us, you're not late, but you are kind of late, because we are about to talk about all the trends, all the hashtags that trended the entire day on social media. I mean, hashtag David Hunde has been trending. Hashtag Akwaibom. Hashtag Helen Ukpabio has been trending. Hashtag Betty, the wife of the late Akarodolu, has been trending, also of Ondo State. Also, we have here hashtag embarrassing, hashtag welcome to England, hashtag Akarodolu, oh may he so rest in perfect peace. That's the former governor of Ondo State, yes. Also, we have hashtag this morning, hashtag Morayo. Finally, Morayo has made it to our ears, our phones, and oh my goodness, and netizens, Nigerians, they have a lot to say about the Morayo album by Wizkid. But before we talk about that, also I want you to understand that we have a lot of hashtags. Also, we have hashtag Liverpool has been trending, hashtag Davido has been trending. Oh my God. Davido has been under fire. But before we talk about that, also remember that hashtag Black Friday has been trending. Also, hashtag Onana has been trending. Also, hashtag Manchester United, hashtag Dalot, hashtag Evans, hashtag a lot Igbo, hashtag IPOB, hashtag Simon Ekpa, hashtag Mautu has been trending. But let's start off today's trend with the fact that hashtag Helen Ukpabio has been trending. Well, the Gen Zs might not really know who Helen Ukpabio is, but I bet you that the millennials and then our mothers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, they possibly know who Helen Ukpabio is, because, in case you do not know, I am going to tell you who Helen Ukpabio is. So Helen Ukpabio is, she just turned 60 years old. And in case that phrase is not really familiar to you, well, it might not be if you're a Gen Z. But in case you are a millennial or then before the millennia, she has been trending over the weekend, yes. And the reason why she has been trending is because, somebody called her out, a singer called Bloody Civilian called her out. Of course, Bloody Civilian is a fast rising singer. Of course, that's the Bloody Civilian called her out about the kind of movies that Helen Ukpabio made in the 2000s, in the 90s. Yes, if you remember, Puff Puff. If you remember, the kids are angry. A lot of movies that these women, produced as a result of witchcraft. Yes, calling people's children that they have been attacked by witchcraft, that they, that thing that happened in the 2000s and 1990s, where if a child collects biscuit or collects sweet or collects puff puff, they are being signed that they have been witchcraft. Yes, that they are witchcraft. A lot happened in the 90s and the 2000s, where a lot of parents did do a lot of terrible things to their children as a result of Helen Ukpabio's teachings. Yes. So now somebody said, oh yeah, that she would be 60 years old. Oh, congratulations to her. Happy birthday to her. And this Bloody Civilian said, there's a tweet to that. I wish we could get that tweet. That this woman made a lot of parents to burn their children alive because of simple things that, prayers or hospitals would have cured. Yes, and that is a tweet. Bloody Civilian, made, she literally made people burn their children alive. And somebody else said, I give you okay. So Helen Ukpabio's daughter, in the name of Ima_Elijah, said, I give you the next 5 hours to take this down, or I will educate you in court. And Bloody Civilian said, use your connections to remove her UK ban. She needs you, please. All right. And that was the tweet that was made on social media. And, people started tweeting and started saying how they had a terrible childhood, how their childhood was messed up as a result of all the allegations this woman, caused, and made their parents call them bad children, made their parents say that they were witches and wizards, and, all sorts of things that they did say on social media. But then also, in 2020, it was said that Helen Ukpabio sued a child witchcraft activist, Leo Igwe, to the sum of 20 billion naira, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, they said there's this relationship with the family. Oh, okay, that was just for laughs. So, of course, they said the case was thrown out. And in 2014, she went to do a witch hunting revival in the UK. They called it witch hunting revival in the UK. But then some activists, went against it and, petitioned the British government to deport her and, ban her from further entry into the UK. And she was successfully deported in April of 2014. And of course, due to the overwhelming evidence tendered by these activists, she also, tried to go to the USA. Groups also came to the USA and said, you know what, we're not going to allow this woman to come to the USA. She shattered our childhood. She messed up our childhood. And then also, she was also refused entry. And then since then, she has faced ban into the UK. But a lot of people are saying that her daughter is, more like the opposite. Her daughter wears a nose ring, works with the media. Her daughter is more like the opposite of what the woman preaches. And people are saying, so like, Madam, you're supposed to start this preaching from your house. I mean, your daughter is the opposite of what you're preaching, and you're coming here to tell us that any child that is disobedient, any child that stamps their feet on the floor, any child that, that is stubborn, any child that refuses to do what their parents ask them to do is a witchcraft. Like, come on now. Well, there are videos to that. I would love us to, play one or two of those videos where, that she produced that had a lot of children being called witchcraft, a lot, among many other things. If we could play just, yeah. So if you remember this video was produced in that late 1990s, 2000, where we had, the puff puff, the child that was giving puff puff. And in the child's dream, the child started hearing puff puff, puff puff. And that was how they said, oh, that this child has been witchcraft. That the child that gave the child puff puff is a witch. A lot of movies, a lot of scary movies that we saw in that time. And people are saying that she is supposed to be in jail for real. Like, she's supposed to be in prison behind bars because she caused a lot of people pain, a lot of homes she caused them pain. But then she's still moving and, in the business of hunting witches. Well, she also did mention that, she used to be a witch, allegedly, that she used to be a witch. And yeah, the puff, 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 puff. Yes, I wish we could play that sound, but we might not be able to play it. But then, so, yeah, we had, she used to be, allegedly used to be a witch. So she knows how to, hunt these witches and, get them. So yeah. A lot of videos to that, a lot of videos that she produced, a lot of scary videos that she produced of children being witches and wizards and how to deliver them. A lot happened in that 2000, 1990s. But then let us see how netizens are reacting to this, because a lot of netizens are not taking it lightly, then. Like, they are very, very angry. Well, let us take their tweets. And this is from our favorite online doctor, who says, the woman Helen Ukpabio, if a child 2 years cries at midnight, always feverish, he or she is a servant of Satan. This notorious woman led a witchcraft hunting madness that caused beating, violence, starvation, brutality, and in some cases, the murder of kids. This one is from Zeus, who says, I think a Netflix documentary on Helen Ukpabio would really be classic. Get her victims who are willing to share their stories, get old interviews with her, put it together and put it out there. That woman is a leader. She deserves to be seen for who she actually is. And then we have this one from Oka Ewa Adede, who says, this woman told my mom that I was a witch. That was the first and last time my mom went to her church. Science was failing and my mom was desperate and sought divine intervention to save the life of her sickly old child. And you told her he was a witch. Okay, moving on. We have this one from Idarasit Bakara, PhD. I hope I did not murder your name. We didn't have television growing up because of the nonsense teachings in, okay. My story is long and painful. Imagine being born in deeper life and also dealing with witchcraft accusations from Helen Ukpabio. Double disaster. I will continue to push against religion. Right, and then this one is from at Kingsley Ekanem, who says, Helen Ukpabio was focused on witchcraft movies, while Pete Doche and Kanayo were focused on money ritual movies, and others focused on campus cultism movies. We millennials suffered so bad in the hands of Nollywood movies. I will not lie to you, we suffered. But then, I'm glad that we have the woke generation now, and of course, most of these things do not really, disturb the Gen Zs because they do not take nonsense. Well, moving on to the next hashtag of today, we also have hashtag the video has been trending. Well, the reason why hashtag the video has been trending, of course, the video David Adeleke, popularly known as the video, he has come under fire, under heavy criticism over his recent remark advising Nigerians in America and, of course, Black Americans against relocating to Nigeria as a result of Donald Trump's victory in the U.S. election. So, he did say that, the economy is shattered that it's better that they stay where they are than trying to return to Nigeria. Nigeria's economy is bad. But then a lot of Nigerians, a lot of netizens have been, criticizing this statement by him. As a matter of fact, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Joe Ibokwe, in a post on his social media handle, he advised Davido to retract his statement with immediate effect. Also, Bashir Ahmed, who used to be the former aide to Muhammadu Buhari, the former president of Nigeria, said the remark was disappointing, and hence the reason why hashtag embarrassing, hashtag disappointing has been trending, hashtag the video has been trending, and then people were like, why would you say that in front of the whole world? What do you expect our international investors to see us as? You have done no good to Nigerians and Nigeria at large. Why would you say that about your beloved country? Oh my God, you broke our hearts, Davido. You really, really broke. You pierced through our hearts and broke it. Well, let us see how netizens are reacting to hashtag Davido. And then we have this one from Shehu Ghazali Sadiq, who says, Davido said the truth about Nigeria and they call him unpatriotic. According to the children of Khan, patriotism is lying about Nigeria. I stand with Davido. Okay. And then this one is from at Village Pirate, who says, they are coming at Davido for saying the economy in Nigeria is in shambles. Meanwhile, people literally went to world leaders to grovel like a beggar, telling them how Nigerians are impoverished. These Tinubu supporters need to be silenced everywhere they speak. And then we also have this one from at Real Wallet, who says, summary of the G's, Davido, our economy is in shambles. APC people, our economy is not in shambles. Rest of Nigeria, our country has failed us and our economy is in shambles. And then this one is from at. All right, this one is from our favorite online doctor. That's quite a long read, but I'll read it to you. He says, speaking the truth about the state of Nigeria is noun equivalent to unpatriotic noun. He's asking a question. And he also goes ahead to say, who is more unpatriotic? Davido, who has done far more with his music and his contributions to Nigeria, or patriots like yourselves, whose only basics for existence is getting paid for being unproductive irritants on social media, defending the illiterate you work for, whose policies destroy the lives of millions of Nigerians and draining our resources, who is actually patriotic. Davido is a Nigerian American citizen who can afford to live in America but chose to live inside Nigeria. He contributes to the Nigerian economy. His father has a business that contributes to Nigeria. He's an employer of labor. Davido is a far more qualified commentator on the state of Nigeria because he is a stakeholder, unlike unproductive clowns like you, whose only source of livelihood is the dishonorable occupation of blindly defending lies, attacking honest people who want a better country, while trying to rebrand your as patriotism. Don't ever attack Davido for speaking the truth. Truth we all know is incontestable fact. Incontestable fact, right? Let's go over to the next week. This is from Abiola Olajide, who says, but his dad is raising funds internationally to invest in shambles. His uncle is superintending a state as executive governor. People with thinking caps need to ask why someone should be making new investments in an economy in shambles. And then we have, so that is Bashir Ahmed, the former aide to the former president of Nigeria, Buhari, who says, selling out your country from foreign soil is so disappointing and unpatriotic. Public figures like Davido should know that they should act and be seen as good ambassadors for Nigeria wherever they find themselves. All right. And then this one is from at Inibehe F. Young, who says, this should be Manfred's brother. Davido is entitled to his opinion about the state of affairs in Nigeria. In any event, he said the truth. Those attacking him are not serious people. And then we have this one from Village Parrot, who says, Davido, a global superstar, a multi-millionaire in USD, and son of a billionaire in USD, said the Nigerian economy is in the gutter, and people who don't know where their next meal will come from are reaping. What was Tinubu doing in his speech at G20 summit? All right, and that is it from hashtag Davido. Well, we also have a trending on social media. Hashtag timeless, hashtag Mariah. Well, have you listened to the Mariah album? What do you think about it? Did you connect to the Mariah album? Or do you think that, nah, Whiskey did not really make us proud in this Mariah album? I think I'm gonna, stop being a Whiskey fan. Tell me your honest view about the Mariah album. But then, of course, the Mariah album was released on the 22nd of this month, a few days ago. And people have been reacting. People are like, oh, Whiskey. Well, Whiskey did not really do much good though in this album. But we're always finding him. Let us continue to find him or to AC him, whichever one you decide to do. But then, hashtag timeless has been trending. And the reason why hashtag timeless has been trending is because people are comparing the Davido's timeless album to Wizkid's Mariah album, because you also remember that Mariah is Wizkid's late mother's name. So he did this album in honor of his beautiful late mother. And, people are saying, oh, yeah, it can't be like, say, this timeless album is hitting really hard than this Mariah album. And then other people are saying, Wizkid has done it again. This is the album of the year. The best of the best of the best of the best. Well, tell me what you think about the Mariah album on the comment section. But then, of course, despite being a year older, people are still saying that the Timeless album is a lot better. However, most fans, are not totally impressed with the Mariah album. People are now looking forward to the deluxe version, while core Wizkid FC members insist that Wizzy has dropped the album of the year even ahead of Ashake. Do you share that thought? Because I don't want to be. I'm just on the fence. I just love good music. I am nobody's fan. Well, let us see how netizens are reacting to the hashtag Mariah, hashtag timeless. And of course, the tweet is from Atams, who says, #1 in just 4 countries, and it's not even top 3 in the UK anymore. Wizkid is taking his flop era too serious. We are disappointed by the delivery of this mediocre of an album. He could have done better. He needs to meet Davido to learn from the best. Okay, obviously a Davido fan, the 30 GB fan. All right, this is from Stargirl, who says, Mariah will go down in history as the greatest Afrobeats project of all time. Wizkid really went all out on that project. And then this one is from Atalola, who says, I give it to FC aside the fact that Unatu lie. You guys are holding it down for Wiz in Nigeria, but your faith can't keep up. And this is from Wizkid Understand, who says, okay, FC, make me tell this man truth. This album, no come close to timeless. That's the fact. Okay. This is from Adbasito, who says, the beauty of Mariah album is the fact that everyone has their own favorite on the album. Every song has its own cult following. The song you feel is the best on the album might not be in someone else's top 5. That's how you know a 10/10 album. Right, and of course that is all for hashtag Morayo. But before we go, there's this hashtag that has also been trending, the hashtag Betty on the social media. The fact that the wife of the late Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, she has been trending because of her statement about the statement of Ruben Abati, who did mention that, oh yeah, that a couple of Igbos do not like giving selling landed properties to other tribes. But then she came out to defend the Igbo tribe because she is Igbo, yes. So it's interesting to know that most Yoruba politicians and celebrities get married to the Igbo women. For example, it was also said that Akeredolu is married to an Igbo woman. The present son, Sheyi Tinubu, is married to an Igbo woman. Revival is married to an Igbo woman. A lot of the celebrities and politicians are married to Igbo women. So I feel like this is where we should stop this tribalism war that we are always fighting, because regardless of however we feel or whatever we think, Nigeria can only keep getting better, and we can only keep being one Nigeria regardless. And this is where I'm going to draw the curtain today on hashtags. And of course, tomorrow being Tuesday, hashtag is going to make a return on your TV screens, and I'll be here to cheer you on the show tomorrow. So yeah, do well to join us on YouTube. We are at Voice of the People TV, and in other social media handles, we are at VOB TV Live. Of course, this is Masenachi Oka for signing out. Bye bye for now, and have yourself an amazing evening.